Ladies and gentlemen, the human brain, that magnificent 3-pound universe within your skull, is the most powerful and mysterious organ ever discovered. It holds every dream you've had, every decision you've made, every spark of creativity that has ever set your soul on fire. And yet, for all its brilliance, the brain is also fragile. It tires, it forgets, it slows down. But what if I told you that science is on the verge of unlocking something extraordinary? Something that could reignite your brain's full potential? What if there was a way to make your thoughts sharper, your focus deeper, and your memory clearer? Not through synthetic drugs or caffeine jitters, but through a powerful natural synergy that's only now being discovered. I'm talking about a compound so remarkable that when combined with creatine, yes, the same creatine known for powering athletes, it may become one of the most effective brain-enhancing combinations ever studied. Now, before you assume this is another nootropic fad or internet miracle pill, let me take you on a journey deep inside the science of how your brain truly works. Inside your head, there are 86 billion neurons constantly firing electrical signals, forming thoughts, memories, and emotions. Each of these neurons is a living cell, fueled by tiny energy factories called mitochondria. These mitochondria produce a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of life. Everything your brain does, from solving a math problem to recalling a childhood memory, depends on this molecule. But here's the catch. The brain consumes nearly 20% of your body's total energy supply, even though it makes up only 2% of your weight. That's an energy demand unlike any other organ in your body. This is where creatine comes in. Not as a bodybuilder's supplement, but as a natural energy reserve for your neurons. You see, creatine isn't just stored in muscles, it's also stored in your brain. When your neurons run low on ATP, creatine steps in to recharge it, keeping your mental performance stable, even under stress or fatigue. It's like having a backup generator that kicks in the moment your power dips. But that's only half the story. The real breakthrough is happening now. Scientists have begun to discover natural compounds that amplify this very system. Compounds that can work with creatine to create a new level of cognitive energy and resilience. Imagine your brain as a city, millions of lights, circuits, and power lines all working in perfect rhythm. When energy is abundant, everything glows brightly. But when the grid weakens, lights flicker, performance drops, and confusion sets in. The synergy between this new compound and creatine is like upgrading that city to a clean, renewable power source. One that not only keeps the lights on but makes them shine brighter than ever. For years, we believed the brain's decline was inevitable. That memory loss, fatigue, and slow thinking were simply parts of aging. But the latest discoveries are challenging that belief. We're learning that by improving the brain's ability to generate and store energy, we can keep neurons alive and active far longer than we thought possible. This isn't about forcing your brain to work harder, it's about helping it work smarter, more efficiently, and with greater endurance. Now, I want you to picture a moment of pure focus, when your mind feels unstoppable. Maybe it's during a creative breakthrough, an intense study session, or a meaningful conversation. In that moment, your brain's energy levels are perfectly balanced. Neurons are firing at peak performance. Blood flow is rich with oxygen and nutrients. That is the state we're trying to sustain. Not with stimulants that push you into overdrive, but with compounds that naturally support the brain's energy systems. This new discovery, when combined with creatine, does something remarkable. It enhances the health of your mitochondria, those tiny power plants inside each cell, allowing them to produce ATP more efficiently. It reduces oxidative stress, the chemical wear and tear that damages neurons over time. It promotes neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to grow, adapt, and form new connections. In essence, it gives your brain the tools to repair itself, learn faster, and resist fatigue. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now in labs across the world. Researchers are seeing improvements in reaction time, memory recall, attention span, and even mood stability. What used to take decades of mental training or lifestyle changes might now be achievable through supporting your biology at the cellular level. But there's something more profound here, something that transcends the chemistry. It's the idea that your brain is not fixed. It's not destined to decline. It can be trained, nourished, and even upgraded. Just as we discovered that muscles could grow stronger through resistance, we're now learning that neurons can grow more resilient through nourishment. This discovery challenges a myth that's been with us for centuries. The myth that our mental capacity is predetermined. It's not. Your brain is dynamic, adaptable, and hungry for the right kind of fuel. And that's exactly what this synergy provides, a biological advantage that supports your natural intelligence, creativity, and emotional balance. Imagine being able to think clearly at 60 the way you did at 30. Imagine your memory not fading with age, but growing sharper because your brain's network remains strong. Imagine solving problems faster, communicating better, and living every day with mental energy that doesn't fade after lunch. This is not wishful thinking. It's the next evolution of brain health, a science-driven revolution that's revealing how food, nutrients, and natural molecules can reshape the way we age. Ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful brain supplement isn't a chemical cocktail cooked up in a laboratory. It's a partnership between nature and science, between your body's own energy systems and the nutrients that have evolved alongside us. And when you mix it with creatine, you unlock a level of performance that's been inside you all along. Think about that for a moment. Every great idea in history, every innovation, every masterpiece began as a single electrical spark in the brain. The question isn't whether your brain can reach that level of brilliance. It's whether you'll give it the fuel it needs to get there. This discovery isn't about turning you into someone else. It's about returning you to the best version of yourself, the version that's focused, inspired, and fully alive. And as this science continues to evolve, it reminds us of something deeply human, that our potential is never static. The brain is not just an organ. It's a universe waiting to expand, a story waiting to be written, a masterpiece constantly being painted from the inside out. The more we learn about it, the more we realize that its power is limitless, and that with the right tools, we can harness that power to live, create, and think on a level once reserved for the extraordinary. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question you must ask yourself is not whether this new discovery will change the world, because it will. The question is, will you be ready to change with it? Because the era of passive aging and mental decline is ending. A new chapter is beginning, one where the most powerful brain supplement is not hidden in a pill, but found in the synergy between science, nature, and the very energy that powers your thoughts. And when that discovery meets creatine, when you fuel your brain's natural engine with this newfound energy, you're not just enhancing cognition, you're awakening a new level of human potential, one thought at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive even deeper into the science and wonder that makes your brain the most extraordinary creation in the universe. Because to truly understand how this powerful brain supplement works and how it transforms when mixed with creatine, we need to go beneath the surface into the living landscape of your mind. Inside that intricate network of neurons, something incredible is happening every second of your life. Your brain cells are constantly working, firing, repairing, and regenerating. They are processing thoughts, memories, emotions, and ideas faster than any computer ever built. But what most people don't realize is that this high-performance engine depends entirely on one thing: energy, pure biological energy. And that's where this discovery begins to change everything. Every neuron in your brain is powered by tiny energy factories called mitochondria. All your thoughts and actions. When you're focused, inspired, and alert, your mitochondria are running at full capacity. But when they slow down, because of stress, lack of sleep, poor diet, or aging, your brain begins to struggle. You feel it as brain fog, fatigue, forgetfulness, or loss of motivation. That's why scientists around the world have been searching for ways to keep those mitochondria strong and efficient, to keep your neurons charged and ready. And that's exactly what happens when this new brain compound is combined with creatine. Creatine, as we know, acts like a reserve battery. It stores energy in the form of phosphocreatine and releases it whenever your brain cells need a quick boost. It keeps ATP levels steady, ensuring your neurons never run out of power, even during moments of intense concentration. But this new discovery takes that process even further. It interacts with the same pathways that creatine supports, amplifying energy production, improving oxygen use, and reducing cellular waste. Imagine two musicians playing in perfect harmony. Creatine provides the rhythm, while this compound adds melody, together creating a symphony of energy that keeps your mind sharp, stable, and vibrant. But energy alone isn't enough. Your brain also needs protection. Because every moment it's active, it's also vulnerable. The same energy that fuels your neurons also produces tiny byproducts called free radicals. Over time, these can damage cells, leading to inflammation, cognitive decline, and even neurodegenerative diseases. The brilliance of this new compound is that it doesn't just enhance energy, it also neutralizes those harmful effects. It acts like a guardian, defending your neurons from oxidative stress and supporting their long-term health. When you combine that with creatine's stabilizing power, you get a system that not only performs better but lasts longer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of brain health, not quick fixes or artificial stimulation, but deep cellular renewal. What scientists are discovering is that by nurturing your brain's natural chemistry, you can create lasting changes in focus, memory, and creativity. You can literally reprogram your brain to function at a higher level. And this isn't about changing who you are. It's about unlocking the best version of yourself. The one that's always been there, waiting for the right fuel. Let's visualize what happens inside your brain when you take this combination. The moment the nutrients enter your bloodstream, they cross the blood-brain barrier, that protective shield that only allows certain molecules through. Once inside, they're absorbed by your neurons and glial cells. Creatine starts loading energy into phosphocreatine stores, while the new compound activates mitochondrial enzymes, increasing ATP production. The result? A surge in mental clarity, a calm but powerful focus, and a noticeable lift in mood. You feel more present, more capable, more alive. And unlike stimulants that spike and crash, this energy is steady. It builds from within, supporting your natural rhythm instead of fighting against it. Now, imagine what that means for your daily life. You wake up in the morning and your mind feels clear. The fog is gone. You move through your day with calm alertness. Your memory feels sharper. You start finishing tasks that used to drain you. You remember names, ideas, and details with ease. Your creativity flows naturally. Conversations feel richer. You feel like your brain is finally working with you, not against you. This is what happens when you restore your brain's energy balance. When every neuron has the power it needs to perform at its peak, and it goes even deeper than that. Over time, this combination promotes neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to grow new connections and adapt to change. That means better learning, faster recovery from mental fatigue, and even protection against age-related decline. It's not just about today's focus or tomorrow's energy. It's about building a stronger brain for the future. Your neural networks become more resilient, your memory pathways stronger, and your creativity circuits more active. You're not just maintaining brain health, you're elevating it. One of the most exciting things about this discovery is how it ties into lifestyle. Because when you combine this supplement with proper nutrition, sleep, hydration, and even light exercise, the results multiply. Exercise, for instance, increases blood flow and encourages the brain to release growth factors, natural chemicals that support neuron health. Sleep consolidates memory and repairs damaged cells. When you add this compound creatine synergy on top of that, you're creating an environment where your brain doesn't just survive, it thrives. Every system in your body starts working in harmony, all centered around one goal: optimal brain performance. Let's step back for a moment and think about what that truly means. For decades, people have been chasing shortcuts to productivity: caffeine, sugar, artificial stimulants, nootropic cocktails. They give you a quick high but leave you drained and dependent. What makes this new discovery so different is that it doesn't hijack your chemistry. It supports it. It works with your biology, not against it. It's like giving your brain permission to operate at its best, naturally and sustainably. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of this discovery lies not just in science, but in its potential to transform lives. Think of the student who can study with focus for hours without fatigue. Think of the entrepreneur who can make critical decisions under pressure with clarity and calm. Think of the aging adult who can remember, reason, and connect as vividly as ever. This is the human brain operating at full capacity, fueled not by hype, but by nature's own design. And here's the fascinating part: we're only at the beginning. As research continues, scientists are finding more ways to refine and enhance this synergy, combining creatine with other natural compounds that support blood flow, neurogenesis, and even emotional resilience. The possibilities are vast, but the foundation remains the same: energy is everything. When your brain has the energy it needs, everything else follows: focus, mood, creativity, even willpower. So when you hear people talk about brain optimization, remember this: it's not about becoming superhuman. It's about returning to your natural brilliance. Your brain was designed to think deeply, to feel joy, to solve problems, to create beauty. Those abilities don't fade. They just need the right environment to flourish. And that's what this combination offers. It's not a miracle. It's biology, understood and harnessed the way nature intended. Ladies and gentlemen, your brain is your greatest investment. It's the core of everything you are and everything you will ever become. When you give it the right support, when you nourish it with this new discovery and the sustaining power of creatine, you awaken the full spectrum of your potential. You don't just think better, you live better. You don't just remember more, you experience more. And as science continues to explore this incredible connection, one truth becomes clear: the future of human performance isn't about replacing the brain. It's about rediscovering its genius. So, as you listen to this, I want you to remember one thing: your brain is not limited by age, stress, or circumstance. It's waiting right now to be reignited. And the spark that begins that process is within your reach. A simple, powerful combination of natural intelligence and cellular energy. The kind that, when mixed with creatine, could redefine what human potential truly looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of the mind has already begun. And it starts with the energy within you.